Good morning everybody, this is David from TAC, and this is another little demonstration on how to battery size photographs, meaning doing a whole, say, set of pictures in one hit rather than having to do them individually. This is often asked, and which software do we recommend? Very difficult, but today I've actually found one called Resizing, which seems to do exactly what we need it to do. So if you go to the website www.photosizer.com, that's Photosizer.com, and click on the download now button. This is free, but it's what in the old days used to be called shareware, which if you like it, by all means pay for it, and for $10, £5 or €10, it's an absolute bargain. So click on the download now button, run it, and install it, and then you should be ready to go. Right then, my photographs are in my pictures folder. Incidentally, I use the date backwards to list my folders. That means they're always in the correct order, and they won't ever be out of sequence. So if you, for instance, it's the year 2013, ignore the 20 bit, you don't need that, followed by the month, which is 04 April, and 17, which is 17th of April 2013. That's British date format backwards, not American date format backwards, otherwise you're getting a real pickle. And so here are our photographs which are going to resize. Now these are pictures I've done of a cafe earlier this year, and as you can see, absolutely fabulous photographs. But if we view via our details listing, you can see size 2.5 meg, 2.2 meg. They're way too big to be able to post on the web, absolutely way too large. So we'll go back to my pictures, and now what I suggest you do, this is something I do as a matter of course. Once I use a new computer or set it up for anybody, I always recommend create a new folder, and I'm right mouse clicking there, doing new folder, and calling it Resizer. Now I'm just going to put a couple of zeros in front of it, because that way it goes to the top of my list that I said about. So if I call that, I can't even spell resized, then that way you can see it goes to the top of the list. When this all fills up down here and scrolls further down the page with oodles and oodles of folders of all your pictures, you'll thank me for that, because you know your resize folder's right at the top. That way, once they're resized, you can FTP them obviously up to ourselves and we'll post them for you, or save them as well afterwards. I generally do, or you can chuck them away. So our cafe pictures then, right, so they're pretty large. Let's relaunch our Photosizer. So this is the splash screen you get for the free version, and I assume they give you a product key. Again, I think well worth it once you've seen this and how much time and effort it'll save you. And you'll be presented with this nice little screen. I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger just to facilitate our usage. Come on fingers, do your job. Okay, now you're presented with this nice screen. You've got an option here to drag your photos into here or add a folder and all the information down the right. So first off, let's get our pictures into our resizing first. Now you could click drag and then you have two windows open at the same time, pain in the what's it. So click on add folder, navigate to where your folder is. Well, I know mine's in my pictures. There's my CAF pictures. Select that, do OK, and boom, there you go, all the images. Now this shows you all the photographs you're about to resize, and you can see they're all there, 47 images. It shows you what size they are at the moment, 2,304 pixels by 3456 pixels and 2.3 megabytes, way too big. And once it's resized, it tells you how big it's going to be over here. So let's look at the resizing. Now you could do custom resize 1024 by 768. Yes, you can do that, but what I'd suggest you do is do it by one side. The reason why we do this, if you see here, this is a portrait, this is a landscape, so that's 2304 by 3456. Well, that one's 3456 by 2304. So if you just do it by one size, that will mean on 1024 by 768, that will be 1024, that will be 1024. So therefore the proportions are looking correct. So if you do it by one side, here it's saying the longest side. I suggest you select the longest side. That way, whether it's portrait or landscape, the longest edge will always be done in the correct fashion. So for us, I'd recommend 1200. for us. 1024 is perfectly acceptable, but I'd say 1200 because once you see how this does it, you'll be pretty happy. Whoops. And you've got all these other little bits and pieces. You can ignore all those. We just want where we're going to shove it. Now, I've actually done this earlier, so it's already saying to me where you want to shove it. So if you click here over the destination folder, save to folder option, we are going to put it in My Pictures, Resized. There we go. So what we're telling it is all the pictures here, i.e. the ones we've selected in CAF, resize them and put them in this folder called Resized. One other little thing I'd suggest you do is force lowercase file extensions. Why? It just looks pretty and neat. Right, click Start, and off it goes. So bear in mind these images that I took are native from the camera. I haven't edited them. Ordinarily I'd run through Photoshop and edit them first. Generally digital images need sharpening to some degree. Don't go mad with that, but it's just until it improves quite a lot, I'd suggest you sharpen them slightly. Different tutorial. We're just interested in resizing them, so I assume you've edited them and they're ready to be resized and ready to be FTP to ourselves. Yes, I'm prevaricating because I'm just waiting for this to finish, and there you go, it's finished, and it comes up saying open destination folder. Well, we're not worried about that because we know where they're gone, so we're going to click close there. I'm just going to minimize that, and now we're going to go to our resized folder, and there you go, there's all our pictures. And if we double click that, you can still see that's pretty good quality. But now the piece de la resistance, if we go to details, there you go, size 138K, and you can tell that that is far more acceptable for the web to be able to FTP to us. So let's have a look. Original folders, that's properties. Why do PCs do this? Why don't they take a leaf out of the Mac version, and where it says size, list the size of the folders? Right, what do we want? General, here we go. So my original images, all 48 images, were 114 megabytes. If I go to the resized, 6 megabytes. Far smaller, far more useful, and I think you'll agree, pretty darn duty.